Do you guys see the screen now?
Yes, we are able to see the screen.
All right, okay. Yeah, so what I understand is most of you are from the regular networking domain, but very less from the automation side. So, hence, we'll first discuss about what is automation and where do you use this automation and what are the tools that is needed to get started. All right, so can some of you list some of the challenges that we are facing in the traditional networking and why we need automation? What are the day-to-day tasks that you think you can automate and expedite your work?
Software upgradation,
Okay, yes, that's one of the important tasks.
avoid manual mistake, configuration mistake.
Okay,
Configuration management.
manual change execution. Let's say
Um,
human error.
rollback after a failed change or a failed software upgrade.
Sorry, come again.
Rollback after an unsuccessful change. Rollback of
Okay,
configurations. Yeah.
all right, okay. What else?
Repeatable configuration changes and bulk configuration push. Fetch
Okay,
configuration data from big list of devices.
okay,
Take back some big list of devices before and after upgrade. Configuration comparison before and after upgrade.
okay.
Migration of old devices to new devices.
What was that? Old to?
For example, old firewall to new firewall policy migration.
Okay, firewall. Okay, policy migration. Okay,
It can be used for
Troubleshooting too. As you have to get into each device one by one.
mm-hmm.
Customer
Okay,
provisionings.
inventory collection.
inventory. Okay, what else?
Customer daily provisioning.
Customers.
Provisionings of the circuits. Daily provisionings of the circuits.
Sorry, I didn't understand. Daily provisioning of.
Provisioning of the customer circuits, attachment circuits, i.e. The point-to-point circuits and
Okay,
pools finding in the network, free pools finding.
okay,
Check
Functional testing.
information.
okay. Go ahead.
Check information as like the information of an interface if it is up or down.
Okay, fine. What else?
Compliance monitoring, hardening monitoring, I would say.
Okay, let's say hardening, monitoring. All right.
Yeah.
What else?
Applying golden configurations across devices.
Okay, global configuration. Global or standardization. Okay,
Functional testing,
okay. Testing. What exactly testing?
like reboot and restart routings and all. Like we'll check
Okay.
whether it's working fine or that is. And like first you said like software upgrade and downgrade things.
Mhm. Yeah, so we have written that under fetch, taking backup, diff report, policy, troubleshooting.
Okay.
Okay, what else?
Centralized
Integrate
manage. Centralized
Integrity.
management tool to monitor and manage the network infrastructure. Yeah.
Okay. Just a minute. Okay. What else? Is there anything else that we can do by automation? Have you thought about audit reports? Audit reports and different sort of reports like bandwidth report.
Yeah. Performance management.
Sorry, come again?
Performance management, I would say.
Yes, performance manager.
And also zero touch provision also can be done with automation.
Correct. So ZTP, PNP, yeah. What else?
TACX config.
TechAS, yeah. So those are all part of configuration, bulk configurations, and the other things that we have already mentioned. Okay, how about keeping track of these SSL certificates in large enterprise where you deal with FI and Win servers? You definitely will have a lot of certificates. Those are getting expired, and you need an alert or a notification. So that's also one place where you can automate. Yeah, so these are pretty much that we know that can be automated, and we are moving towards the automation trend now.
Sagar, just one
Yeah.
question. Software lifecycle management and hardware lifecycle management can also be performed
Yes.
via to automation.
Yes. So you mean to say uh, the end of life, basically, right?
Yeah. So basically, I would like to see with automation tool, if any device goes to end of life, I will should get alert from the monitoring tool. Same apply for the software. Any software is end of life, end of support, I should be able to see alert from the monitoring tool, from the automation tool.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. So that is doable. That's also an alert generator that we can do it. Okay. Coming to like what tools you need. So what tools you need to basically get started here. First thing that you need is the programming language. Let's assume we have Python or we are going to install Python. If you start with Ansible, then you need Ansible. These are the two programming language that we need. REST API is part of the software itself. So we don't need any programming language. We just need tools to get started. Then we need tools. So for tools, we have IDs like PyCharm or Microsoft Visual Studio and many others. You can take it from any place. Okay. So these are the two which is widely used, but you can have it any other as well. But don't go with Notepad and that those kind of basic thing. They don't have auto error detection, no color cascading. So it will be very difficult to use on a plain text editor. So go with PyCharm and Microsoft Visual Studio. And then you need some devices so that you can do a testing. You can definitely go with GNS3 or EVNG, or if you have the actual hardwares, right? Then that's pretty much good enough. So regarding the connectivity, Say, for example, you have a VM with you, any VM with a basic Ubuntu Ubuntu deployed VM. If you have, you can keep all your files, like you can install Python here, you can install the tools that you need, right? And then make sure that you have a connectivity with your networking devices. So you got a switch, you got router, you got firewalls. So basically, these are your networking devices. And what protocol does the automation run over? So it's your basic protocol. You don't need to have any special protocol for that. You need to have SSH, you need to have HTTP, you can automate via REST-conf, NetConf. SNMP, due to its UDP property, we don't use it. And same goes with Telnet, because of its plain text characters, we don't use it. So these are something which we widely use for the communication purpose. And REST protocol like FTP, SFTP, TFTP, right? So all this protocol are valid enough. You can use this protocol for file transfer. So if your task is to make any file transfer, you can go with any one of it. And if you need to have a communication, then you can take one protocol from here. So all your legacy devices, they work on SSH, and all your modern technologies like SDN and all the GUI based like Palo Alto, FortiGate, they all work over on the HTTP protocol, right? So these are the two major communication protocol for us to talk between our automation tool and the networking devices. So initially what happens, say for example, if I mean on a traditional networking, if I open up CMD or a putty session and type SSH 1.1.1.1, so it's going to start the connectivity, right? So let's say SSH at 1.1.1.1, the device is going to send a prompt for username. It will get its answer, let's say that's admin. Then it's going to send a prompt for password. And then let's say the actual password comes. And then you have your data communication. Then you can input any CLI commands and expect the answer coming on your screen. So this is a behavior that we see in the networking box. The same behavior you do via automation. So while you do I hope my screen is visible. Okay, might be my screen sharing got lost. Okay, let me reshare. Right. So this is a traditional networking where this happens. You have to manually kick in the process of SSH, and then behind the scene the prompts come, and then you trigger show command. The same behavior we replicate via the Python scripts. So what Python script does, it needs library. Python is just a programming language. To have that functionality done, you need a library. So we have multiple library to initiate SSH, like NetMiko, NEPAM, Paramiko, PyNTC. So these are all some of the library which are capable of SSH. right? And when I write my code, when I write my code, I write it in such a way that I give all the device info, and then I'll push this device info to my library, where I expect the SSH to be initiated by the library. So the library who has written it, he will prepare it, or he has hard coded it in such a way that it follows the same principle. First, it will go and initiate SSH. The prompt comes to the terminal. Then the values go back to the device. So it's a 5 steps process. First, you initiate, get the username prompt, reply to that, then get the password prompt and reply to that. So it's a 5 step process. Then our script is going to confirm whether it's a successful login or not, and then only it will go with the next set of instructions that we have written in the script. So I would say that I need a output of show IP int brief, or I need a output of show run, and then it will fetch me and show me it on my screen. So that is what automation does. Whatever you do manually, you convert it into a coding part, and then the script or the automation tool that you're using, it will be pushing that on your behalf. You still have to write it step by step so that the programming language can understand what are you expecting from this script. Okay, so automation doesn't mean it's like a robot where you give something and it will do its work. You have to code it to act it as a robot. Okay, so we discussed about communication. We discussed about to get started tool. I'll show some examples. Let me let me share my screen. So if you see some example, you will understand. Okay, so do you guys see my screen now with some lab, and I have a PyCharm application with me?
Yes.
Okay. See, this is a live example. So I have few devices with me. I have Palo Alto, I have XC, Catalyst iOS XC. I got some iOS Catalyst routers, the switches, ASA firewalls, 40 gate. So we can plug multiple vendors into the labs. All right. Now, what we need to get started is the management IP of this. So let's see if these are configured with some basic configuration, because I need the SSH to work on them. Show IP int brief. See, when I do show IP int brief, I'll get to see that there's an IP called 24.15. Let's see if on the second one okay, second one is not configured. So we have one as of now. So that's totally okay. Now, automation means what? Basically, you want to fetch something, but without going to the console of that box. You just put the IP, you put the username, password, and you want to fetch the details out of it. That's called automation, right? So, let's
Sorry,
say,
Shaga.
hmm, yeah, go
Sorry
ahead.
to cut you short. I raised my hand earlier on, but I didn't get any feedback. Okay, I'm seeing the method is DHCP. Is it advisable? Because there are cases whereby this IP address will be changed. How do you factor that in when you're doing the automation and all that?
So, your management IPs are always statically configured, right? So you will have an IP address on your routers or switches, right, which is statically configured on the out of band management VLANs, right? So that is your question.
Yes, but I'm seeing DHCP. Method is DHCP on your own
No, no,
router.
no, no. That is
Okay.
just in the lab to make it
Oh, okay.
simpler.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, but in the production, it will be statically assigned by the administrators. All right, fine. So coming to the point, automation basically means how you operate the single device or 10 or 100 without going to the console of it. By just sitting on the PyCharm or wherever on the automation tool, and you get all the insights of that device. So let's say this is one device with me and I want to see its version as of now. Let me close this console. I don't have access to the console. I don't have any access to the console. I only have access to the script. So what I do, first as I told you, I need only the IP address. Might be you might maintain some inventories or you might have any automation tool or something. So there would be a script like this. Go and backfill with your IP that you have from the monitoring tool. Give the credential. Definitely in production, you will have your own AAA TechAS servers, right? With your employee ID. Right now in the lab, I just gave a basic hard-coded local credentials, local users. But in your production, you might have a AAA TechAS server. So whatever it is, fill that username and password, and then the script is already ready with you. Whatever command you want to write. Say for example, you want to write show version. You want to fetch the output of show IP int brief, or let's say you want to check the CPU consumption. So show process CPU sorted, exclude all those zero consumption. So it's up to you. You can put any number of command. You can put any number of device IP, 100 IPs, 20 different commands. Then you're taking those things in a output. Some text file you want, you can take it. So this is a script with very basic changes that you have to do it in case you're running this on your production, and then run this. Right click and run the script. So what it does, it goes, talks to the device over on SSH protocol. And in the script, we had also some config push. So that's why it did some config push first. It configured some logging host OSPF. Then it got me the output of show version. Then show IP int brief and also the top talkers. So it shows me that SSH process is taking so and so much of resource. IP input is taking so much of resource. So it's all up to what you have configured. So let's say if you want to gray out few things, very simple. Just put this hash comment in front of them, and only consider taking the output of show. You don't need to configure anything. Let's say that's your need from the script. So you just grade out few lines. Now it will only do the show commands. It won't configure anything. Or let's say you don't want show commands, but you wanted to have the config push. So comment this line which you do not need, and bring up this line which you want to push it, and see what are you trying to push it. So let's say this is my config text file. So let me go to that folder and let's see what am I trying to push. So I'm trying to push this. So let's say I'm creating some NTP server 2.2.2 logging host 3.3.3, right? I'm configuring some router BGP 6500. Let's say neighbor 1.1.1, remote AS 2500. So you can go with n number of command, and you can push this command across all the devices in one single click. You come here, right click and run the script. So it will read from that text file and it will configure it as you need. So you can also confirm that it happens in a real time on the device. So you can see that there was all this configuration done. You can also confirm by getting into the show command section BGP. See, you just configured this. So you just imagine the speed that it does it. It took might be 5 seconds for one single device. You add 100 of device, might be next 15-20 minutes. All devices are being configured with this configuration. So that quick and that simple it becomes. Whereas in a traditional, you might go to each device, do manual SSH, log into the device, make your change, do the run memory, but that is where the human error happens. Sometimes we forgot to do the write mem and close the connection and go to the next device. And one fine day when there was a reboot happened, we don't have the updated config on the device, right? But it doesn't happen in the script. You just have to, while you're preparing, you just have to put whatever you want to do so that it's a part of the config push itself. Right? So once you do it, it will do the write mem on the device and you have it all done in very short span of time. So any question with this example? Okay, if not, then I'll show you one more example. See, Python is considered as a backend programming language. Backend programming language is different and front-end programming language is different. Backend in the sense where you write something on a coding basis and then execute. Whereas front end is something which looks very fancy. You have the option of drop and down or select left and right, and then you just click on the button, and on behind the scene, the backend programming will come into picture and it will run the execution. So I'm going to show you one such example. So this program is written with NetMiko for SSH plus Flask. Flask is the front-end programming language. So what happens here when the network automation engineer who execute this program, he clicks on this URL and this is how it looks like. So he has the option to select from the selected output, and then he can click on the input and then get it triggered. So first let me fix the IP address because it's been long time. Might be the files would have been the IP address would have changed. So let me see what's the text I am maintaining. Yeah, this is config push.txt. So this is the file. Let me replace with my latest DHCP IP that I have today. So as I told you, this is my lab environment. That's why I've kept it DHCP. But in the production, it's going to be static alone. So you keep all your inventory, might be your edge router, BGP routers, right? All your important inventories you can store here so that when your NOC team or L1 team, they just want to have something fetched or something quickly, then they have this script ready with this front end tool available. So now what they do, they put the command show IP into brief. Might be they want to see if the interface is up or down, and they get the output, and then they can download the same via this text. There's an option called download output, which will create the backup, and it's ready to be sent via email. Similar way, if let's say they wanted to check show process CPU sorted 0.0 and execute. See the running configuration. Then let's say they wanted to check the show running config. The complete running config, which they can download it. So this is a front end creation. All right. So These are the examples. The reason why I'm showing you this is because these are all part of our 3-month course. Let me show you how the course outline will look like. So when we start this Saturday, this is going to be Saturday and Sunday weekend batch, morning 9 a.m. India. So when I start, initially I'll start with the Python programming language. Then I'll move towards the Python library. We'll have NetMiko and PyAts, robot framework. Then we'll go to Ansible. I have extended this time the Ansible syllabus as well, because most of the audience these days are asking for a in-depth Ansible automation. So I've just extended the syllabus of Ansible as well. And then we have REST API, XML API. And then finally, we will also have the Cisco DevNet 200901 syllabus covered. So this is basically 4-in-1 where we cover Python, Ansible, REST API, and Cisco DevNet. So 4 modules are covered as part of automation tool. And from Python perspective, we are covering NetMiko, PyAt, Robot Framework, and the other important libraries like Nornier and PyNTC, that the different libraries like XLR, DXLWT, CSV. There are many libraries that will be discussed as a use case. So when you expand this, you will get to know the use case scripts. And also, while the course is going on, I'll also give you some projects so that you can start writing, coding, compile, get to see how the things work. If there is any issue, you can definitely write back to me over on group, or while we connect on a live class, you can share your screen. So it's all a hands-on course of 3 months. All right. And this is the lab that we would be assigning you. You get the access for 6 months. We give 6 months of lab access. Our pods we will be giving you. Plus, we will also be giving you home lab setup. So you need a very basic lab like 16 GB RAM with 4 to 6 CPUs, because these are going to have nodes like Palo Alto, XC, and FortiGate, which are high RAM consuming. All right. So this is how the things would be placed in a 2 to 3 month of course. So you can let me know your Q&A now, and I'm totally happy to answer all your question and answer.
Sagar, what is your assumption about the candidates? Do they need to have complete the basics of the automation, programming, Python scripting, anything else, or you consider 0 to intermediate?
Correct. So prerequisite is if the candidate is good with CCNA, that is more than sufficient. Rest I will be starting from basic on this course.
Okay. So you assume that there is no programming or scripting background for the candidates?
Yes, there is no need of that. I'll be starting with the Python theory first, and that's how we will take it from there.
Okay.
Sagar, just one question. When we say 3 months, then it would be completed in 3 months once it started, right? It would be not like that 1 or 2 week it's missed out or not able to complete within 3 months.
See, if it is extending, I'll be extending it beyond 3 months. But the course will take easily 2.5 to 3 months. It will take. That has been happening with every batches.
And this will be weekend batch, right? 2 days in Saturday and Sunday.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
So it will be 2 days, 2 to 3 hours per day. So total 6 hours. And at the end of second day, I'll be giving some assignment and homework, which will be done by you in the followed up week before the next class. So I'll keep you guys engaged with some or the other homework before we leave on the second day. All right. Any other question? Otherwise, I'll pass it on to my counselor, Sajid.
Just one question from my
Yeah.
side.
Yeah.
Actually, this is telling like only CCNA. Actually, I'm from JNCA background. So, is it any difference or same uh, kind of course? That is my
Which one which certification did you say?
like
JS.
yeah, Juniper one actually.
Yeah, that is equivalent to CCNA only. My point of saying CCNA was that a person should know basics like what is
Like
IP
networking.
addressing.
You are
Yeah,
telling about
yeah,
network. Yes.
correct. Yeah, like what is router, how what is SSH, because I can't be telling those basic things in this
Yes.
class.
Yes. Got it. Got it.
Yeah, any equivalent to CCNA is okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. That is my question. You said like CCNA. So that's I
No,
know
no,
about
no.
CCNA, but now I moved to JNCA. So that's
Okay, okay, got it.
okay. Thank you.
Okay. Meanwhile, I'll also just show you the Cisco DevNet certification. This is a part of our training, but CCNA is something which is which basically most of you guys would have done. But why I'm showing Cisco DevNet nowadays? Cisco CCNA 200301 is not a prerequisite of any other training. In the sense, you can directly go to CCNP level, plus you can directly go towards the DevNet verticals as well. So give me 1 second. For example, if you see this, DevNet, DevNet is completely separated certification that is being arranged by Cisco now. So you can directly start with DevNet, associate and professional and expert level. And also, if you talk about the enterprise, which is basically the traditional routing switching, you will find some concentration paper, which is from the automation side itself. Also, in the core paper, there will be at 5 to 10% of automation plus a dedicated concentration paper as well. So, if I open up, let's say, NCore paper, I believe you guys are aware of NCore, which is the mandatory paper for CCNP enterprise. So you can see this automation. So there is a chapter 6 with 15%. So this is for the CCNP routing switching, which we used to call before COVID, CCNP routing switching troubleshooting 3 paper. Nowadays we have only 2 paper, NCore and one of the concentration paper. You can take it. In the NCore paper itself, you have 115% of automation. And all this we are going to talk in this batch as well. So even if you are preparing for your CCNP, the course is still going to help you with this chapter 6. And for folks who are into different tracks like security, data centers, right? Different track. Even there you have the automation included. So I'll just show you the security part, CCNP security. Explore. View exam topic. In this also there is some automation. Plus, if you go to the concentration, you can see this S auto, automating and programming Cisco security solution. So if you click on the exam topic, so this is from the CCNP concentration paper. So these are the automation topic here. Git, we have in our this 3 month of training, we have the Git operation, we have the APIs, we have the Python script including functions, classes, condition, loop, Python virtual environment. We have Ansible that we are going to discuss. So most of the topics will be taken from all around the syllabus, like enterprise, security, data center. You have one topic definitely in every Cisco tracks now. So there is nothing like you can escape from automation or DevNet these days. And also DevNet is being rebranded. with automation as a new word, Cisco automation. Might be that will be announced shortly. Still, they keep it as Cisco DevNet, but already the rebranding has happened. So now they call it as automation rather than DevNet. So that's not yet updated here. Only the branding has been changed. If we go to data center, you will find the concentration paper from automation side. Say DC auto. So this is a topic from the data center now. See again, this will be Git, APIs, Python script containing. So your concentration paper 85% will be the generic topic from all the verticals. Only 5 to 10, 15% will be related to its own vertical. Okay, and this 60, 70, 80% are also part of your Cisco DevNet 200901 track that we have under this course. All right, so that was a bit on the certification part. I'll hand over to Sajid if there is no technical question. So, anyone got any technical question before I give it to Sajid? All right, so
one question.
yeah, go ahead.
Will you cover the parallel processing from
Yeah,
the
that will
Python?
yes, that will be part of our Nornier topics. I'll talk about multi-threading and how
Okay.
the parallel executions are done.
Fine, thank you. And any chance that do we have any netbox that integrated to pull the data from Python?
Yes,
Any
yes, I'll show you the netbox related scripting as well.
Okay.
Okay. So that is for inventory management and for other purpose that it's used. I'll tell you about that as well. All right. Sajid, are you there in the call?
Yes, I am here.
Okay, I'm making you the presenter. You can share your screen.
Okay, sure. Hello everyone, myself Sajid. I'm the student relationship manager and the counselor. I'm here to give you all the details related to course enrollment and what all access and what all beneficial things and what all the offerings. So we'll be going to get you here. So I'll be giving you more brief details towards the Python network automation course enrollment. Okay, so let me start with the my first slide. So as you can see here, so I have mentioned here course syllabus and class schedule. So as you know, like this course is for Python network automation. So here we are going to cover Python, Ansible, REST API, PyArts, then Cisco DevNet, then SD-WAN automation, then on firewall automation on Palo Alto, FortiGate, Cisco ASA firewalls, and we'll be covering the robotic frameworks. And overall, this will be going to be a multi-vendor training. So towards this Python network automation. Okay, and more details provided towards the technical and everything from the trainer Sagar sir. So I hope you got all the details from there. Okay, and secondly, like for the class schedule, so this will be going to be a weekend batch, Saturday and Sunday, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. IST. Okay, so 2 hours of session every weekend, Saturday and Sunday, 2 hours of session from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. IST. okay, Indian time. So this will be total 3 months of course duration. So overall, you'll be getting to attend the classes, and you'll be attending the classes from the Zoom for 3 months, okay, till the course duration. Okay, so let me move towards the next slide. So as you can see here, for the course enrollment and access details. So firstly, I have mentioned few points related to the access, what all you'll be getting once you are going to enroll for this course. So firstly, like you'll be getting the lifetime recording access of your classes, which you'll be attending through the Zoom meeting. The classes will be recorded in the cloud. From the backend, it will be uploaded to the LMS, your learning portal, web portal, you can say. So from there, you can access the class recordings. Let's say once you are done with the class, the recordings will be available in meantime of 1 hour. Okay, and if in case someone has missed the class, let's say today you have missed the class and tomorrow also you have the second class of the week. So in that case, you can go through the recording. So it will be uploaded in 1 hour. So after that, you can go through the recording, and if you have any doubts, you can clear out in the next class. And same, you will be going to continue the same path as the batch is going on in flow. Okay, so the recording will remains for lifetime accessible. If in case if you're practicing for any interviews or any your production work, you're referring videos for anything, you can access it. That will remains with you for lifetime accessible on web portal on LMS. Okay, and secondly, we'll be providing you the 6 months of remote lab access, that you can access it totally remotely, 24/7, unlimited. Whenever you want, you can access the labs which are present on our servers and cloud servers. Okay, and we'll be providing you the dedicated materials like workbooks, PPTs, PDFs, step-by-step lab manuals, all the script writing materials, what all trainer is taking in the classes, the scripts will be given to you. You can download and you can implement in your lab environments, and same way you can give the result in the same class itself. So that will be taken care, and you'll be getting all step-by-step material so that easily you can practice on your environments, and you can go same flow with the your automation things. Okay, and this will be downloadable from the G drive, and the G drive link remains with you for lifetime accessible. If in case if you missed out any material, you can re-download it once again whenever you want. Okay, and we'll be assisting you to set up a home lab in your home environments. Let's say if you have the good configuration of your system, then we'll be helping you to set up a home lab, so that once you are download the file from the G drive, so you just need to let us know via our support DL. So one of our team member will connect with you through the some remote sharing screen. Then he or she will be doing the lab setup on your home environments. It may be like on your laptop, or it may be on your personal servers. So we'll be doing the home lab setup. Okay, and that will be also lifetime accessible. Okay, you whenever you want, you can access it on your environments. Okay, and we'll be providing you the 24/7 backend support from our team. Like if in case if you are facing any issues, any problems while having the lab sessions, you stuck somewhere, you are not able to move forward, it may be related to your any of the topics, or it may be related to the class, anything, you just need to raise a ticket on our support DL. One of our team member will connect with you, and we will resolve your issues accordingly in meantime. Okay, and you'll be revert back in the meantime, so that easily you can go for your practicing. So where you have stopped, you were not able to move forward, so you'll be getting the resolution as soon as possible. Okay, and let me move towards the today's main offering, what we are providing with this course. Okay, so as you can see here in this slide, so we have mentioned like Palo Alto Firewall Masterclass, which is of 30 hours of real world lab scenarios. So we'll be getting this lab as a complementary. So I'll be giving more details in the next slides. So this is how our Palo Alto lab looks like. Okay, so here you can practice your Palo Alto firewalls, and you'll be having testing, and everything is covered in this lab sessions. Okay, and you'll be getting this lab as a complementary for dedicated time period access. So I'll be mentioning in the next slides.